Hello everybody, my name is Noah Taff and welcome to my review of NXT TakeOver 25. What an incredible show. I'll tell you what, the show had a lot to live up to after Double or Nothing last Saturday, but this might have just been better. It was close. It was really close, but this might have just been better. But anyway, let's get into what happened. So we started the night with the only non-title match of the evening, Roderick Strong versus Matt Riddle. Now, if you had forgotten how good of a singles wrestler Roddy is, you definitely remember tonight. Roddy has not really been a single for 2 years, ever since he joined the era at the TakeOver for WrestleMania 34, I think? Was it TakeOver before WrestleMania 34? Or 33? No, before 34. Yeah. It was TakeOver before 34. So, been a year and a half then. So he's been a single. Of course, he's tag team champions with Kyle O'Reilly. But if you'd forgotten how good of a singles wrestler Roderick Strong is, you remembered tonight. This match was great. It was a typical TakeOver kickoff match. Typical match that hyped the crowd early on and get the crowd in the show. Not the crowd needed much getting in the show because, the TakeOver crowd's already ready for it, but still, it doesn't hurt to have a good opening match. So they went back and forth for a while. It looked like at one point Riddle was going to win. It looked like Roddy was going to win. Riddle got the bro mission, I think, at one point. Riddle hit the GTS at one point, too. That was interesting. Roddy, I think, might have hit into heartache. He definitely hit a lot of backbreakers, and that was a theme of this match, was Riddle selling his back injury, looking like that was going to hamper him in the end. And in the end, though, Riddle hit, I forget what Morrow called it. I think it has a name. I don't know what to call it. I didn't really hear what Morrow's call was. But he got him in a tombstone position and then hooked his legs and then, dropped him on his back. It was almost like a tombstone style slash. It was really cool. Whatever it was, and Matt Riddle gets the win with that. Good win for Riddle, but I don't really know where he goes from here, considering he already lost to Dream at the last TakeOver for North American title. Could he have never shot at Dream? Maybe. Could he get boosted up to the NXT title picture? Maybe as well. Up next, a fatal four-way ladder match for the NXT Tag Team Championships, which are currently vacant after the War Machine / Raiders / Viking Raiders / Experience. Dear God, they have 4 names. Vacated them a couple weeks ago because they got called up. It is between the Street Profits, Angelo Dawkins and Montez Ford, the Undisputed Era, Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, the Forgotten Sons, Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake, and Oney Lorcan and Danny Burch. So if you thought, hey, wow, a fatal 4-way ladder match for tag titles, that sounds like it's going to be pretty good, you'd be right, because it was really good. Everybody got their shit in, per usual. Everybody looked strong. Everyone looked like they could win at some point. About halfway through the match, Jackson Riker, I think his name is. I thought it was Ryder, but no, I think it's Riker, who was formerly known as Gunner, came in the ring and beat everybody up for a bit until everyone proceeded to beat him up. Literally, all the other 3 teams just teamed up on him and beat the crap out of him with a ladder. It was pretty funny. But wow, they really did their best to get Gunner over strong. They made him look massive. He looked really good coming out of this. He looked really, really good. Eventually, both the Era and Lorcan and Burch were up on ladders fighting it out for the belts until they were tipped off the ladders by the Forgotten Sons. It looked like they were going to get the belts. I believe Blake was climbing the ladder and Cutler was in the ring, playing defense. But then Angelo Dawkins ducks under the ladder and spears Cutler. Montez Ford does a springboard on the ladder, knocks Wesley Blake off, and the Street Profits are the new NXT Tag Team Champions, and I'm really, really, really happy about this. I had the Era because I thought it was the most obvious choice, but the Street Profits deserved that of most anybody in this match. I mean, the Era have been Tag Team Champions a bunch of times. Kyle O'Reilly's the longest combined reigning Tag Champion. I mean, the Forgotten Sons, they're good heels, and I think they might be the guys who end up beating Street Profits for these belts, but let's wait until that happens. And Lorcan and Burch are interesting there in this match because I think Burch is working NXT UK while Lorcan's been working 205 Live. So, I mean, they've been a team before. It's not they're thrown together, but they were kind of pulled back together for this match. You know what I mean? But they were brilliant, so it doesn't matter. But Street Profits deserved this. They had a great match with the War Raiders / Viking. I guess they're the Viking Raiders now. Experience War Machine. Again, dear God, they had 4 names. It was believed it was their last match in NXT, and they had a great match. Montez Ford, by the way, has an incredible frog splash. Just the height he gets on that thing is absolutely incredible. He's definitely the star of the duo. No disrespect to Angelo Dawkins, but I don't think most people will. I don't think much of anybody will deny that Montez Ford is the star of the group. He definitely is. But especially, they're already over before that match, but that match has helped them get a lot more over. The crowd popped hard for this, and yeah, I think they're going to be very popular tag champions. We've now reached the middle of the card, and we get to the NXT North American Championship, the Velveteen Dream, defending against the newly back to NXT, Tyler Breeze. So, this match centered around Breeze trying to hit the Unprettier. He failed at least twice. Finally ended up hitting it. Dream kicked out. Dream hit that awesome snap DDT thing he did. Breeze kicked out of that. Breeze actually ended up hitting the beauty shot, but Dream rolled out of the ring. I don't remember if it was after this or if it was like later on, but eventually Breeze was trying to get him back in the ring, and Dream like took the belt and put it in the ring, and I think threw it at Dream to distract him, and it hit the Dream Valley Driver and hit the Purple Rainmaker elbow, and Dream ended up retaining, so he cheated. Coming in this match, I wasn't sure who the heel and who the face was. It was pretty obvious in this match that Dream was playing the heel, obviously because he cheated to win, and Breeze was playing the face. However, I think they're both tweeners. At the very least, Dream's a tweener. Maybe Tyler's a face, but Dream's a tweener at the very least. Because after the match, they had, a millennial makeup and took a selfie together. That was nice. And then on his way up the ramp, Dream slapped hands with the crowd. So, heel in the ring, face as soon as the match is over, which is pretty much the definition of a tweener. So yeah, Dream's a tweener. Breeze is maybe a tweener. Here's the thing about this. I don't know where this goes. Do they have another match? Because I was thinking they clearly would because Dream cheated, but at the same time, Tyler didn't get pissy about it after the match. They just had a selfie, even though Dream cheated like an asshole. So, I mean, I could see them getting a rematch because Dream cheated, but the selfie thing made it look like it was over. So, I don't know where this goes now. We now come to the co-main event, and it seems like this match is usually in this spot, huh? The NXT Women's title. Shayna Baszler, the second longest combined reigning NXT champion, and the only two-time NXT Women's champion, defends against the Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai. Hey, that kind of rhymes. Genius of the Sky, Io Shirai, Sky and right. Anyway, so this match basically consisted of Io dominating for the first what felt like 5 minutes, followed by Shayna dominating for the next what felt like 10 minutes. Eventually, Io started to mount a massive comeback, which of course prompted the Horsewomen to come down to the ring. However, when they were about to hit the ring, Candice LeRae, who Shirai had helped either the previous week or 2 weeks before save from the Horsewomen, came down the ring with a kendo stick and beat the holy hell out of them. So the odds are even. Shirai and Baszler fought for a little bit more. I think Shirai went for the moonsault and missed. Baszler went for a roll-up. Shirai countered into a roll-up of her own and went over Baszler and did a bridge over her, and which is just a dumb move for someone with a choke finish, huh? Because obviously Shayna caught her in the clutch, and it looked like Shirai was gonna pull Bianca Belair and get out of it. She was in it for a good 2 minutes, but she actually ended up tapping, which was surprising, and it looked like the crowd was surprised and disappointed by it. But she tapped, Shayna retains. But here's the difference between this and the Dream and Breeze thing, is this was made very, very clear very quickly that there's definitely going to be a rematch, because immediately after the match was over, Shirai fucking snapped, took the kendo stick, and beat the shit out of her. Shirai just... And then she hit 2 moonsaults, either 1 or 2 moonsaults, and then got the chair and used the chair to hit a 3rd moonsault. I had to sneeze, but it's gone. Good for me. He used the chair, hit a 3rd moonsault, and LeRae looked shocked. LeRae's like, oh, damn. She was like, damn, girl, chill out. There's definitely a side of Shirai we have not seen before, and I love it. It's great. And this next match, their rematch, I hope is no DQ. Maybe make it Extreme Rules. That'd be lit. And finally, the main event for the second takeover in a row, Johnny Gargano defending the NXT title against Adam Cole. Of course, the last takeover they faced off in a 2-out-of-3 falls match for the vacant title after Ciampa had to vacate it. Gargano won, winning the last 2 falls. So here's the thing. According to Dave Meltzer, and I take Dave Meltzer's opinion with a grain of salt because he's full of shit most of the time. According to him, Gargano and Cole's last match was the greatest match in the history of WWE. Was it? Was it really? No, but it was still incredible. Meltzer rated it 5.5 stars, which is the highest he's ever given any WWE match. Of course, obviously, Meltzer would have given some of those matches more if they were, in the Tokyo Dome. And people say that as a meme, but honestly, it's true. He's a New Japan mark. That's just how it is. He can claim and bitch and get defensive all he wants on Twitter, like he always does, but it's still true. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong, New Japan's brilliant, but it's true. You know, but which is why I take his opinion with a grain of salt. But the thing about that is, this match might have been better. So if he gave that last match 5.5, he might have to give this 5.5 or 6, because this match might just have been better, in my opinion. Only one fall to finish this time, and they made the most of it. They really made the most of it. This match, I don't have the final start time on me, but this had to have gone over half an hour. Definitely. Spot in the night came from this match as well, where Gargano was on the floor and standing up, and Cole was on the apron, and Cole hit the Panama Sunrise, which is a sunset flip Canadian destroyer, on the outside to Gargano. It was just a couple months ago that we couldn't hit pile drivers in WWE, and then fucking all nowhere, Ray and Andrade were busting them out every week on SmackDown, and now people can hit Canadian destroyers, so that's cool. Canadian Destroyer, even though it looks deadly as all hell, is actually, I think, one of the safer pile drivers, to be honest, because you can block the guy's head easily by closing your legs more, I think. So I think it's actually one of the safer pile drivers. But if it wasn't, I don't think they'd be letting people use it as much as they do now. But wow, I mean, this match was incredible. Just like last time, Gargano kicked out of everything until he couldn't kick out of stuff no more. He even kicked out that flip pile driver on the floor. Eventually, though, Cole hit it again, and then hit the last shot to the back of the head, and that was finally it. And Adam Cole is the new NXT champion. According to them, he's the second ever NXT Tag Team Champion, but according to their website, they currently don't recognize him as NXT Tag Team Champion. They retroactively unrecognized his reign, because even though he defended the belt, they recognize it as like one combined reign under Freebird rule for Fish, O'Reilly, and Strong. But I guess they're changing that and recognizing him as Triple Crown. I don't know, who might argue? They said it, so good for Cole. Obviously, aside from Gargano, Cole's one of the most pushed guys in NXT history. The crowd was on his side again, and he's one of the more popular heels in the history of NXT. I think it might be between him and Owens, to be honest. Oh, and Bobby Roode. And Joe was pretty popular as well. But he's definitely one of, if not the most popular heel in the history of NXT. That's an interesting argument, though, because you can make good cases for those other guys, especially Owens and Roode. But, wow, this match was just incredible. It really was. I'm interested to see what Meltzer gives this one. I really am. But then again, his opinion could be different from mine. I thought like the second Gargano Ciampa match was arguably better than the first one. He gave that 4.5. Well, he gave the first one 5. So who knows? Who knows with that guy? But I guess we'll see. But wow, what an event! Again, I think it was either just exactly on par with, or a little bit better than Double or Nothing. Not take anything away from Double or Nothing. They were both incredible shows. But my lord. Obviously, considering how good these first two matches were, I'm pretty sure Gargano is going to get a rematch and do a trilogy. By the way, the Era did not get involved in the match at all, and after the match was over, they all came out to celebrate. Even though O'Reilly took a hell of a lot of punishment in that ladder match. Like, he took Finn Balor level. I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but he took Finn Balor level punishment in that ladder match. Like, my God, his back was fucked up. Bobby Fish, though, came out in a sling. And his arm was in a sling. I really hope he's okay, because I worry about him and his in-ring future. I mean, he's 39 years old and coming off an ACL tear. So I'm hoping it's just like a stinger or something. I hope he's all right. As of this recording, I haven't heard any news on what it is. We might hear something later on, but I hope he's okay. I really hope he's okay. But, man, what a match. What a match. By the way, we saw Ciampa on the pre-show, and he said he's been cleared for non-contact stuff, which means obviously he won't be back by next TakeOver, but he could be back soon. So I'm interested to see where that goes. Gargano could be due for a call-up soon. I hope that goes well. I don't know. I'm frightened for his call-up. I'm frightened. I am frightened for his call-up. Oh, God. He could be a top babyface if they use him right, but they barely use anybody right, huh? Oh, God. That's scary. But what a show. What a show. By the way, I saw Godzilla King of the Monsters today. I'm going to be... Check back to this channel tomorrow because I'll be doing a review of that tomorrow. I'll be posting 2 straight days on this channel. Also, later on this Friday, I think, the WWE is having their Saudi Arabian pay-per-view, which is supposed to be as good as or bigger than WrestleMania. Now, here's what's actually going to happen. They're going to have a 50-man battle royale. That's going to be a complete clusterfuck. Randy Orton versus Triple H is going to be boring as shit. And The Undertaker versus Goldberg, which is 2 50-plus-year-old men moving around, is going to last about 2.5 minutes. And it's all going to suck. Oh, and also the crowd's going to not care like they did the first 2 Saudi Arabian pay-per-views. And then we're going to have to sit back, bitch, and moan and put up with 9 more years of this shit. Because they signed a 10-year contract with Saudi Arabia. That's what's actually going to happen. If you're not going to watch this event, I'm going to. If you're not going to watch it because if you're doing it as a silent protest because Saudi Arabia is a terrible country, or because you know, you just think it's going to be shit, I respect you for either reason. You're a better man than I. I'm going to watch it just because wrestling, and I have to see this clusterfuck for myself. But oh god, it's going to be something. Also, later this month is AEW's, this should be better, is AEW's second ever pay-per-view Fyter Fest. That should be fun. I don't know if the WWE has never pay-per-view this month. The next pay-per-view is fucking called Stomping Grounds, man. They took Backlash, and replaced it with Stomping Grounds. God damn it. I don't know if that's this month or next month, though. But that is going to do it for my review of NXT TakeOver 25. What an incredible show. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you want to follow any of my social media links, they are all in the description. Again, check back here tomorrow for the Godzilla King of the Monsters review. Check back in a couple of days for predictions for the Saudi Arabian clusterfuck, as well as a review later this month for Fyter Fest, as well as Stomping Grounds. If it is this month, I don't remember. But that's it for me today, guys. My name is Noah Taft. This is my review of NXT TakeOver 25. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, guys.